We are live and we will see how many people we've got to chat to shortly. Let's have a look at our comments board. Right, there we go. Right, we've got one viewer so far. That might be Hannah's, but we'll see. So what we'll do is we'll just say good morning to everybody, and if anyone wants to type in anything to us and just see if we're okay and if we're looking good and the live is all working well and everyone can hear us. So yeah, we'll see who's watching. We've got 2 people now, so we'll see if people can see us and hear us. Good morning. Oh, morning, Mel. There we go. Can you see those, Lara, the writing?
I can't yet. There's just the comments.
If you click on comments and you'll be able to see the different, you got that with Mel watching us.
Morning, Mel. I think we had a conversation the other day. It's nice to speak to you.
Cool. Got 4 people watching us now. Exciting. Everyone's coming along and joining in. That's lovely.
Yeah. Morning.
Very excited today because we've got our wellbeing advisor with us, which is brilliant. So we're going to pick her brains. Morning, Elaine. Hiya. Hi, Chrissy.
They've already seen my face this morning.
Really? Oh.
Fabulous.
Mel, what we did think, you know, oh, that's
you can put a face to a name now, Mel.
Yeah, because we all got together that day, didn't we? And we haven't seen each other properly since because of COVID and whatever, which is a shame.
Right, yeah.
So this is great. So, well, I mean, I guess we can start. We've got 5 people watching, and that's really nice. So, what we can do is we'll start to have a little chat about what we're all doing and what today's all about, and then we'll. Elaine, you can't get enough of a good thing, Lara.
Oh, she's lovely.
Okay, so I know most people in the room at the moment know who we all are and what we do, but you know, this is a real treat today to be able to have Lara with us, the Wellbeing Advisor, because we do work closely together. So thought it'd be really nice today for us both to come on and just really say about what we're all doing and what the difference is between our work and how we actually work together, village agents, wellbeing advisors. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about hydration as well. And we're just going to talk with us. Morning, Kat. Hi.
Thanks.
We're just going to, you know, talk about that. And although looking out the window, it looks like you can get hydrated from just walking.
Just lie down with your mouth open and work.
Yeah, exactly. Just take your bottle out and it'll fill it up. Brilliant. So yeah, so obviously I'm Hazel, village agent working for CCS, Community Council for Somerset, and we're lucky to have Lara with us this morning. Very excited about that. Health and Wellbeing Advisor. So Lara, are you happy to just tell us, you know, a little bit about what you do and how we all fit in together and what your role is within the community and the primary care network and so on? And so I want to go like this, where you go point. So over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So we're a team of health and wellbeing advisors, Taunton Area Wellbeing Service, and we're employed by the NHS, and we have very close links with the GP surgeries in Taunton, Wellington, Widdicombe. And other professionals can tap into us as well, or you can self-refer. So you'll see at the banner going along the bottom, my team, the website is tauntonwellbeingzone.org. So you're very welcome to have a look on there. And if you've got anything that you'd like to chat through with us, just fill in the referral form and one of the team members will get back to you. what we do is we work with individuals who've got long-term health conditions, hence our close links with the GP surgeries, and we work as health coaches. So what we're trying to do is help and support you in setting goals that are really important to you. So anything that you feel could help you in managing your long-term health condition, we're able to help and support you with that. Tapping into other services that, you know, as we need to as well, the health services. And as Hazel says, we work very closely with the village agents too. So, for example, if you were diagnosed with diabetes or COPD, then it may be that you're working with your clinical team and working with a life plan that's going to help you manage those long-term conditions. But sometimes it's quite daunting to do that on your own, and there's other issues, obviously, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So we can be there helping you turn those into smaller steps, anything that you feel could help make your life a little bit better. Let's just see what. So yes, so really breaking it down into smaller steps and looking at your goals. So it's very much about what you want. And the way that we work with the village agents is sometimes the fact that you've got a long-term healthcare condition, it isn't always perhaps your top priority. It might be that financial issues are getting in the way, or you know, there's some housing things that you would like sorted out, and that's where we can work with the village agents and get those issues sorted so that you can really concentrate on those long-term health conditions. So that's how we collaborate together, sort of making your life better, really. And anything we can do to help, we're very, very happy to chat through. So that's a little bit about what we do. Thank you, Hazel.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Lara. That's, you know, like you say, it's fab how we can all work together like that. And like you say, I think it's really important, isn't it, for that, because as you say, you know, if health side of things is cleared up for people, which is a lot of time what people will go to the GP for, obviously various health reasons. And I think sometimes when they get there, they feel they can talk to the GP. I'm sure you will know about this, about other things that are going on in their life, and I think that's where it works well together as well, because you find out what's going on with people with their health side, and then I guess you get to realise what's actually happening, and then once we sort all the social side out, you know, people will come and they we will help with the benefits. You know, we can do food and clothes and you know, drinks, and you know, we'll help people sort of look at accommodation and so on. Good morning, Carolyn. Morning, Lucy.
Because sometimes it can feel terribly overwhelming if you're given a diagnosis. You know, and sometimes it's quite difficult to hear everything that's been told to you as well. So, you know, if we can break it down into sort of smaller steps and look at managing things slowly and improving things in your life, then that, you know, that's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, that's it. It's just about keeping everything as simple and easy as possible for people, isn't it? Like you say, and I love the fact that you guys are able to really sort of help people with that health and well-being side of things. You know, it's like people will come to us and they'll have a lot of things going on, and then we think, well, actually, you know, they've got all these sort of health and well-being things, like, you know, well, the list is exhaustive, isn't it? And you know, then we get to find that out, and we think, oh, brilliant, you know, we can actually go straight to the well-being advisors. We don't always need to go straight to the doctor, because it's something actually that the well-being advisors can sort out, can look into, and you have access to people's to people's GPs, don't you, as well, so that you can you can get things sorted quickly, can't you?
That's right, yeah. So we can, we've got good links with the GP surgeries, so that we can, you know, speak to the GP with consent, obviously, or talk to the rehab team, you know, if it's mobility issues, you know, and try and get things, you know, just take the pressure off, because it's quite difficult, you know, thinking that you've been diagnosed with something, and they're trying to think, right, what is the best thing, which services do I need to access, and that sort of thing. So because we've got our sort of ear to the ground, we can advise people, where the best place to go, and we can make referrals to other professionals as well if we feel that that's going to help, like the community nurses, the rehab team, or adult social services, as you do as well. Being able to get people to get financial help or get the assessment of needs done and that sort of thing.
So difficult, isn't it? Like you say, if someone goes into hospital and they've got things going on, and and it's all a bit of a shock, and things can happen, can't they? And I've had it before. I'm sure you have. I'm sure lots of people have. And you go in and you come out and you think, oh gosh, what do I do now? Where do I go?
That's it. Yeah.
Isn't it? Where are all
in the hospital? Or I say it's quite intensive, isn't it? And you're kind of told what to do, and you kind of get into a routine. And then when you come out, it's kind of right. Okay, you've got to do that on your own. So it's saying, you're not alone, and we can be your support for that as well. And also I think that in general life, you sort of get on with your life and you're busy and everyone's doing things, and then suddenly you get this diagnosis, and it's kind of you know that the service is out there, but you're not quite sure which ones are right for you. So because we're working in the community and with the surgeries, then we're able to point people in the right direction and help them get the support that they need from those specific services or charities or whatever as well.
Yeah, so you kind of got your finger on the pulse, really. I mean, you can go straight to the people that need that, instead of having to make phone call after phone call.
Absolutely.
Straight away who to call.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Takes that stress and pressure off for someone as well, and it's just one little thing can just change everything, can't it? And you just, especially COVID as well, we've noticed, it's so surprising, the people that, like you say, going about the daily business, and then something like this happens and things come because of it, and then they're like, I've had people say to me, oh gosh, I didn't even know who to call, I didn't know where to start, didn't know what to do, this is all new to me, and
That's it. Yeah.
It's scary, it's scary, and it's lovely to know you guys are there. And how many's in your team, and what areas do you cover?
So I believe, oh gosh, that's a really good question. I think there's 11 of us in the team. We have access to a critical care nurse as well, so that's really brilliant. So if there are medical things, we've got access to being able to ask questions really quickly, and we do cover all the GP surgeries in the Taunton Dean area. There's Wellington and with Liscombe as well, so we've got Luton House and Lister surgery there, Wellington Medical Centre, and then all the GP surgeries in Taunton.
Taunton, as well. That's great. So you've literally, like us, we're all over together, aren't we? So I mean, there's nothing we can't cover, really, I guess, with people.
And also, it's worth saying, you were mentioning the COVID situation. It has been very difficult as well for people who are caring for loved ones that have a long-term health condition, because often they were able to get out and see friends and perhaps offload a little bit if they're caring for someone, for example, with dementia or something like that. But when they've been together 24/7, and that obviously has a knock-on effect, and we've been supporting carers as well, so through that. And if you'd like to refer yourself, then just pop onto our website and do that if you're a carer and looking after somebody, because that's an amazing job that you're doing.
That's so true, isn't it? And we were having a little chat earlier, I know, and I thought that was really lovely when you said, can you tell us a little bit about what we were talking about? When you were saying about you've been able to sort of chat with people on a video as well.
Oh yeah. So the doctor's surgery is now using the video link, so we were able to do video consultations, and they've invited us to be able to do that as well. So we're able to see our individuals that we've been supporting now. So I had a video conference with a lovely lady this morning, and she'd been doing her garden during lockdown. She lives on her own, so it had been, you know, her bit of well-being was doing her garden. And because I was able to tap in by video this morning, she was able to show me what she'd been doing. And so that was really lovely. So until we can, you know, until it's safe for us to be going into people's homes again, then it's lovely. If people want, we can offer video consultations. If you're a little bit shy, we don't need to look at you. You can just look at me. It's quite daunting if you haven't done that before, but yeah, we're very happy to do that so that you can actually see us, but we don't have to see you if you don't want us to. Yeah, it's just nice being able to have that little bit of you know, well-being conversation, I think, isn't it? You know, and knowing that there's out there who's listening.
Oh, I love that idea. That's really nice. I've just learned that this morning, actually. Yeah, we've been doing the same. You know, we can chat to people, and like you say, it's that, you know, face to face, and some people really like that, don't they? So that's really lovely to hear.
Yeah.
Carolyn's just saying it's a combined holistic approach to a person's well-being, social prescribing, as well as health, and becoming recognised as more and more important in people's lives, overall well-being. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's great that, you know, we can sort benefits and food and so on, and all the things that us as village agents are able to cover, but it's also so nice to know that we can all get the health and well-being side sorted. You know, I know we've worked for a while together doing this, haven't we? Actually, we've had people that we know that have needed that well-being and medical side and health side sorted before they can even go and carry on with whatever, you know, we're doing. So it's literally isn't it? So,
and I think that's it, Hazel. For some people, they need to get the finances or the housing sort of side sorted out first before they can even think about looking after themselves. But for other people, they can, you know, they want to look after themselves first, and then those other things can come along. So, you know, being able to work together and tap into each other's services when we need to is really good for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's so true. And actually, to be honest, so that just leads me on to the next thing, actually, because we are talking about hydration as well today. So sort of part of the good, nice one. So part of the, you know, health and well-being and all of this sort of stuff is I guess really sort of keeping yourself well looked after. Food is obviously important, but actually, you know, I think a lot of people don't drink enough water, do they? Would you agree with that? Because I've been guilty of that over the time.
Yeah, although I was very pleased when I was just having a quick look on the NHS website about hydration. I was really pleased to see that actually tea and coffee count as well, because I am a little bit of a tea and coffee fiend. And I know a lot of people aren't so keen on, you know, on the taste of water, but it's important that we don't have very high sugary drinks, because then obviously that's going to have an effect on our health as well. So yeah, water is brilliant and probably the best choice, but I was very pleased that I could still have lots of cups of tea.
Do you know what? Actually, that leads me on to my notes here, because I was looking up, and it says, because I like to drink tea as well, so I've sort of jotted a few things down, and it says here that actually you know, even if you have your tea and coffee and whatever, if you've got skimmed milk in there, I know some people will be like, oh, skimmed milk, but it's
better than it used to be as well, isn't it? It's a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it literally says skimmed milk 91%, so as well as the water that you've put in to make your cup of tea anyway. So actually, I don't think that's a bad thing, being able to have a cup of tea.
So it's just keep an eye on your caffeine, but you know, if you're doing mixing it up really is the good thing as well. And when I was talking about the care, you know, when you're caring for somebody, then, you know, having a cup of tea is just a nice sort of social thing that you can do sitting down together, isn't it? That helps them keep hydrated as well, you know, or having a drink at meal times, that sort of thing. Eating lots of you've got a cucumber there, I know, because I saw it earlier. You know, it's brilliant. You know, cucumbers, melons, you know, those high water content vegetables, you know, yeah, absolutely. Not only are you getting the hydration from them, but also the lovely vitamins and minerals as well. So that's great.
That's the funny thing. I was looking up, that's why I have a cucumber, funny enough, because I was trying to look at what things we can have, what I've got, like, you know, because I know say, right, get your water out, drink out your bottle. But actually, if you eat some cucumber, it's actually got 95% water in there. So that's telling me that I can literally sit and munch on this cucumber, you know, through the day, and I know it's got that water content in. Equally, I can have an orange that's got water in. And even if I sort of made myself up a little salad with all these things, a lettuce is 96% water.
Yeah.
It surprised me when I looked at that, because I thought watermelon was more water than some of the other things. But actually, your lettuce is, so's the cucumber. And can you believe even strawberries have 91%
brilliant. Yeah.
water in there? So yeah, you know, there's lots of ways, isn't there, to be able to sort of hydrate yourself.
I thought it'd be useful to have a look on the NHS website to see why it was important, because we all know that it's important to drink. And some of these things actually come in for, you know, to really help you with your long-term health conditions as well. The one that made me smile, though, was that it boosts your skin health and gives you less wrinkles. So what's not to like about that? So that's brilliant.
Right.
Also, on a serious note, it plumps up our tissues, and that means it cushions our joints. So it's going to give us less joint pain, less internal pain, because all our tissues are nicely plumped up. It's going to help us with digestion, which obviously is going to avoid us, you know, having trouble when we go to the toilet, and constipation and things like that. So water is really important, and the roughage that you know, comes from the fruit and vegetables that you've been showing us as well is going to help with that. It's good for blood pressure, because, you know, obviously it's going to keep our blood, you know, with plenty of water in it. So it's not going to be, you know, concentrating our blood pressure. So and it helps regulate body temperature, which is really important. When we were talking, obviously, about doing the hydration, it was really hot, wasn't it? But now it's a little bit wetter. But, you know, we need to be able to, you know, keep our body temperature under control as well. And then the other one that I really liked was weight loss. So for those of us who struggled a little bit over lockdown, drinking lots of water fills you up. Often when we think we're hungry, we're actually thirsty. So it's worth, you know, drinking some water and then saying, am I really hungry? Or, you know, was it just thirst? Having a cup of tea and seeing how it goes.
So that chocolate bar or that, you know, cake isn't going to necessarily be what you did then.
No, not so much water in that. No.
Oh, okay.
Blueberries, strawberries, you know, your melon. A little snack like that would be really, really nice, and yeah, keep you healthy.
Put in with my semi skimmed milk. I would just say, so Karen saying semi skimmed.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Think about the wrinkles, so that's really good.
I love that bit.
And if you're not liking plain water, one of the cucumber actually is lovely. If you put cucumber in water, it gives it a completely different taste, doesn't it? Or a bit of lemon. That's really nice as well. Freshens it up. Mint, if you've got some fresh mint. So there's different ways.
They're doing all that these days, aren't they? With these infusing bottles and things like that. You know, if you don't, you know, if you can't afford those fancy bottles, because I noticed they are expensive. There's nothing. You know, we've got these hydration bottles that are similar to these, and you know, it tells you times of day and how much you've drunk on there. So if anyone is in need and they can't, you know, they're struggling to be able to buy one because they can be quite pricey, just, you know, give us all a call on, you know, whether it be you ask the wellbeing advisors and then they'll get in touch, or give us a call and we'll be able to sort some out for you. You can just pop them in. You don't have to have a fancy bottle, do you? You know,
not at all. No. I mean, if you think about, you know, if you're in the summer, you know, summer drinks, we often add sort of fruit to it, and it just makes you feel like you're having a bit of a treat, really, doesn't it? You know, a bit of fruit, bit of fresh mint. And yeah, nice.
And thinking about it now, you've said that, actually, you know, when it gets to winter and everyone's like, oh, you know, nice warm drinks and whatever, there's nothing to stop you having a bit of warm water. Is so, and flavour that up a little bit.
Funnily enough, actually, I don't really like cold because of my teeth. So so I don't drink cold water. I always drink just sort of room temperature. But the other thing that I really love in the winter is hot squash. So I'll drink sugar-free, like blueberry. I can't say the trade name, can I? Sugar-free squashes. The blackcurrant one, that's the one. It's really nice hot, you know. Or a little bit of honey, ginger, and lemon is lovely as well.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you just change it up, because we think, oh, you know, we'll have these sort of flavours in the summer, like, you know, what you're saying with the nice mint and the cucumber and so on, almost like a Pimm's in a way, a nice Pimm's. And then in the winter, spice it up a little bit with some other sort of ingredients that you like to pop in there. I mean, equally, you can do that with your teas and coffees, can't you? Know, these days you can get all these.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're sipping. There was when you was mentioning the, you know, going to the toilet earlier, helping with that. Actually, I was having a look, and you know, also it's saying about the colour of your urine. If you are sort of very dark or amber coloured, I think, you know, you have to. You can be dehydrated then, can't you? You have to
Caroline would say you get a bit of a headache, so that can give you a bit of a clue as well, can't it? And just feeling that you've got a dry mouth and that sort of thing as well. So.
And also, sometimes people ask, how much should I drink in a day? And, you know, they would say 2 litres or 3 or whatever it is. I mean, from the research I've done, I mean, what it says is, if you're thirsty, have a sip of a drink, you know. They also say, you know, that you can sort of sip through the day. You know, you don't have to sort of take large gulps if you can't.
Yeah, the bottles that you're saying, you know, you were talking about, they were brilliant, aren't they? Because then they, you know, have the little measurements on there as well. So you're looking at sort of 6 to 8, you know, normal size glasses of some, you know, water or tea or coffee. And then, as I said, just make sure if you're having sort of flavoured drinks that they're sugar-free, you know.
And some people sort of struggle, don't they, with actually drinking things as well. I mean, you can. I know we talked about the fruit and so forth, but I know you can also, like, I'm sure you would, as a wellbeing advisor, you would say. I read about, you know, you can just have a bit of a suck on an ice cube if you're struggling to actually sort of.
That's nice in the summertime, isn't it? And then in the winter, we're going into soup season. So, you know, that's something like that. If you can have a bit of
good
soup.
idea. Yeah. So you sort of make it up with water. Yeah.
Or if you want to you know, have a little bit of a treat, then you can do that they sell in the supermarkets, the sort of tea bags of cinnamon and those sort of things that you would make your what do you call that? The winter drink. If you take the alcohol out of it, and then
it's like the mulled wine.
Mulled wine, exactly.
With the cinnamon and
you can do that with sugar-free lemonade and some sugar-free cherries and berries squash. Mix that together with and heat it up with your mulled wine tea bag, and that's a nice non-alcoholic. And
good idea. So Julie from Lasting Powers of Attorney, good morning, how are you? Thank you for joining us. And Mel's loving a good old honey
tea, lavender tea.
Green tea. So green tea is great, which helps with wrinkles. Well, I am buying a box of that today. Lavender tea. Do you know what? I've never actually tried lavender tea, but I love the smell of lavender.
Does it send you to sleep as well, Chrissy? Because lavender always puts me to sleep. You have it in the bath normally.
Put it on your pillow. Hot tea, Lucy. And Puck could do some nice teas. Yes, they do actually. Yeah, they do some lovely herbal teas as well, and all sorts, don't they? And just flavoured teas as well, you know. And actually, green tea. Thinking about it, I know, because green tea is amazing for you, isn't it? And
Really good
I've
for you.
green tea, which I thought was a bit of it's an acquired taste. However, I did notice that some green teas have got nice flavours in, so you can still drink that tea, can't you?
There's a green tea with lemon, which is quite nice.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. See, that this is it. So there's ways, isn't there? There's ways of getting yourself hydrated and not having to drink, if you really can't stomach just plain water, or the best.
Yeah,
but you know, if you can. So Caroline drinks green tea with lemon, but put milk in it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another way.
nice.
Yes, relaxing, and sends you off for the and you send off for the culinary lavender. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
I see. Yeah.
Yogi
So one that sends you to sleep then, that's good.
Yeah, okay. So Lucy plays yogi tea.
Yeah,
that's actually a good point. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good point. Settling your alkaline levels with the herbs and the dandelion, nettle, lavender. Feels like a proper cup of tea then, Caroline. That's true. Also put rose petals. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Okay, so lemon and lime.
Nice.
Okay, even a cut apple in the water. I tell you what, rose petal, honestly. Is that like any rose, Lucy, or has it got to be like a particular rose? Because I know certain flowers you can't eat, can you? Or do you mean rose petals that you would buy in a shop in a box already for consumption? I love rose, the smell of rose, that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, cutting an apple up is really nice. Yeah, definitely. And mint. Yeah. I think Lucy's going off to make these different drinks now.
Okay.
Well, it's a good time. They're probably all being blown down by the wind right now. So going crazy.
We'll go down with the basket and collect them all up. We'll be all right. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, thanks, guys, for all sort of letting us know ideas. Because, you know, like we were saying earlier, you know, you don't necessarily have to pay loads of money for these fancy bottles. You know, you can just give us contact us, and we'll get you one of our CCS bottles. And, you know, I'm sure Lara's quite happy, and the Wellbeing team will all get together and get you some bottles sorted if you can't get yourself one. There's rose plant here, and simply wash and put it in water. We'll do some and take a bit. Oh, okay. What time do you want it around for lunch? I tell you what, it sounds, all the stuff that Lucy comes out and lets us all know about, they sound amazing. To be quite honest with you, I'm up for having one of Mel's honey and lemon cups of tea this minute. It sounds great.
Yeah.
So but you know, definitely this is so important, isn't it? This hydration thing. I know we're sort of laughing about all these you know, flavours and whatever, and it is amazing. You know, but we don't want to sort of teach people how to suck eggs and say, oh, right, drink water, but it's only because it is so important. And so I know people say actually as well, like if they've got bladder difficulties, some people say, oh, well, I can't be drinking too much through the day because of, I watched one of our other talking cafes yesterday, and that was really good, and it was talking about bladder weakness and that kind of stuff, you know. So I'm sure as wellbeing advisors you can help with that as well, can't you? So that people can still drink through the day and not have to worry about drinking later on. And I did read as well that, you know, as long as you've drunk enough through the day, that will suffice you through the night as well, as long as you do have a drink in the morning as well when you get up. So you don't need to worry, do you, about too much about that, but you would be able to help people with that as well, wouldn't you? So they wouldn't have to worry.
Absolutely. You can talk them through
drinking through the day. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay. Right, so Lucy loves honey and lemon with a bit of cinnamon, ginger. Yeah, like this one.
Yeah, cinnamon.
Lara, a bit like that nice wintry drink as well. You know, and you know, you can drink all sorts of stuff. I mean, I do drink and sip water, but I must admit I do like something with a little bit of flavour in as well. So I will you know, good old cup of tea, whatever you put it in. This is just one of these sort of metally, eco-friendly ones that I've personally got as well. Whatever you put it in, you can just sip away. And like I say, some people they big gulps, and you don't have to do that to be hydrated. You can. If I did that, I would feel really full really quickly. Okay, is good. With the sort of weight management. However, I would then feel like I wouldn't be able to fit anything else in. So I tend to sip my drinks through the day. I'm a bit of a tea fiend as well. So I do like, drinks, cups of tea. But, I'm with Carolyn on that one with the, semi-skimmed is as far as you need to go with tea, but equally I know that Lucy's also said in the past, haven't you, Lucy, that you can all these flavoured teas can also have can be nice as well. You just depends. We call it tea, so we expect it to taste. We've got an expectation of what tea tastes like, haven't we? I think we should be calling it flavoured water, and then we would be able to drink these flavoured teas a little bit more instead of expecting them to taste like a cup of tea. When I go to the shop, I see them and I think, oh, herbal tea or whatever. So I'm automatically thinking it should be tasting like tea, a cup of tea, but we know it's not. It's a different type of tea, isn't it?
Sometimes they smell better than they taste.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I think. Yeah. So Caroline's got a question, which is going away a bit from hydration, but about Dosset boxes.
Okay.
So actually, funnily enough, I was sort of dealing with Dosset boxes last week. Some of the pharmacies will do it, but because it takes such a long time for them to do, because that's what the Dosset boxes where the medication is put in for each day into individual little containers by the pharmacy. So obviously it's quite labour intensive for them. So some of the pharmacies will do it, but they may charge. But I also found there's a national company pharmacy that will do it and then deliver them to you. So that might be an option as well, Carolyn. So if you just Google Dosset boxes, it comes up, and then you can just explore that.
Is that a local place, Lara, that does it? Sorry,
it's up in Nottingham, and there may be other companies that do it as well. But I know that locally it's quite difficult to get that because it is such an intensive thing for pharmacies to do, so they're not overly keen on doing it.
Is there much of a cost in that? Because I know sort of, especially over COVID, that was a real sort of problem for people, wasn't it? And then it was like different charges or whatever for them.
Yeah, I believe that Boots charges £50-something an hour. Sorry, £50-something a year, but I'm not sure. So it would be exploring that, but.
Which I suppose, I mean, it is a lot of. It sounds a lot, doesn't it? But actually, if your medication, and then that's for a whole year, and you know exactly that.
So that I need to check that that's actually for the year, but there's certainly the charge of £50 was mentioned, so I imagine that would be a year. But yes,
because Caroline's right there. I mean, it is becoming. It has become a big.
Right, yeah.
And that's not going away anytime soon, is it? Because obviously COVID and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's be something, and going into the winter as well, when people are going to struggle to get out a little bit more, and will want these medications sorted out. So
so it's a good time to get it sorted, as you say, before then. So yes, we're very happy people talk to individuals and try and organise what would be best for them.
It's really great to know that you're there to be able to do that. So what's the best way for us to contact you, Lara? Would we be on this number that we've got here on the bottom?
Oh yeah, so that's our website, because and a number of the team we're split into different neighbourhoods, and a number of the team are part-time as well. So to make sure that you get the best you get attention quickly, then the website is the best place to go, and just fill out the easy referral form. Just tell us what your goals are or what help you need, and then if there's anything that you know, we'll get back to you and discuss it. And then the other services and the village agents as we need to.
Yeah, okay. So if, because obviously it's online as well, so can family members that have access, if someone hasn't got access, can family members complete this on their family, you know, say on their relatives' behalf or something?
Absolutely.
Or behalf? Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's the best way to go.
Brilliant. Oh, that's great. Thank you for that. Or they can call a village agent, you know, on our number.
Agents,
we can get through to the wellbeing and
who covers that area and that sort of thing, and or the GP surgeries obviously will be able to let us know as well. So.
Oh, that's really good. So actually, you know, it's fairly easy to get hold of everybody then. So it's brilliant.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's really great. Thank you so much for coming today, Lara.
That's okay.
Let's just see if anyone else before we go has got so a lot of people. Yeah, like Carolyn said. Am I right in thinking that GP surgeries need to be registered for patients to have online pharmacy deliveries?
So, as I understand it, the GP surgeries need to have that electronic capacity for their prescriptions. But I think that the GP surgery that I was dealing with did have that. So you just need to check that out. And then obviously the patient needs to make sure that the GP surgery are aware of where they want their prescription sent, which pharmacy, whether it's an online pharmacy or one that's more local. And they also need, obviously, if there's anything that doesn't go into the dosset box, they'll need to arrange for that to be on repeat prescription as well, separately, if they've got any creams or ointments or anything.
Okay, so patients need to register with them. Yeah, okay, that's great.
So they'll be registered with the GP surgery, and then it's just asking the GP surgery if they do electronic prescriptions, because if they do, then they can obviously send them wherever they need to go.
Brilliant. Oh, that's lovely. Thanks, Lara. That's really great. And thanks everyone for coming along today and joining us. And I'm sure there will be people that are watching this when we have finished today. You know, we'll be on a rewatch. So feel free to contact any of us if you want to drop some comments in the box there, or if you want to contact Lara and the Wellbeing Advisors, or myself and the any of the village agents. We all cover, like with the Wellbeing Advisors, we all cover the different surgeries, the primary care network in Taunton and Wellington. We're all here for you. We wouldn't want anybody to be suffering or struggling with whatever reasons. Do get in touch and call us. Thanks so much, Chrissy, and everyone, and for coming, and you know, and Carolyn and Lucy, and everyone that's in here today, and Kat and Mel, and I love all the sort of ideas of the different teas and so on. So thank you so much. So it's lovely to see everybody today, and here we go. I'm just making sure I've said hello and thank you to everyone, and Elaine, and just thanks so much for coming, and a massive thank you to Lara for coming in today. I'm so pleased that you could come in, and that's a real treat.
Great. That's great. Thank you. Well, for inviting me. So.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking later or some point this week anyway.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant.
Anytime. Good.
Thank you. Well, we're going to log off now anyway.
Yeah. Thanks,
you. Guys. Bye-bye. Cheerio all. Take care.